Hey you guys, it's Unique with Unique Travels TV, and I'm coming to you guys to make a video about the teaching platform VIPkid, which is an online teaching job. You can do the job anywhere in the world as long as you have a good internet connection, and they're based in China, so the children that you teach are Chinese children, and they're like small kids or whatever. And I just did my interview with them, and I got the job. So shout out to Cece. She helped me with the interview and gave me a heads up and some tips on what I need to do. So I'm very excited. I just got done my interview. I'm like super hype. But as you guys know, or maybe you don't, we'll be going home in the summertime to visit. So we're like, well, we need to have jobs. We need to be working and still try to make some kind of income while we're back home in the States. So we decided to do an online job, and it's awesome. I'm very excited about this. And I just was coming to share with you some interview tips and what is the interview like and what did I have to do. It just started off first with him giving me some information about the company and asking me a few questions like what is my highest degree, and do I have a teaching certificate, and things like that. Do I have experience, blah blah blah. And then we start the demo. You have to give a 10-minute demo, and before you have the job, they send you a like before you have the interview for the job, they send you a packet in your email that includes a demo video of someone else doing a demo and how they want you to do it, PowerPoint to show you what you're going to be teaching, so you know, so you can get ready in advance, and then just a list of interview tips like a PDF, Word, or whatever. And the way that they do their teaching is total teaching response. I'm sure I'm not saying that right because it's TRP is the acronym, but I can't exactly remember. Something about total response, and there's another word in there. I'll look that up and put it in the description box for anyone if they want to know about it. But that is how they teach their classes. So for the interview, that's what they want you to do. So they want you to be like, oh, good job, and a lot of hand gestures and movements and things like that, like can I hear, and can you say, and can you see, and like things like that. So these are, I'll just show you guys each slide that I had to just teach for my demo so you guys can see. And you see it's laminated. Chris did this. I was just like, I would have never thought of this. But you know, she's extra, so I appreciate it. And so it starts off with the warm-up. And this just has a picture of someone swimming, jumping, and eating. And at the bottom, you see these words tell you what they want you to do. So the word says, teacher says words and circles the picture. Promote students to act out the word. So when I'm like, oh, swim, can you say swim? They say swim. I'm like, can you do, what does a swimmer do? They kind of look at me. Well, the interviewer, who pretends like he's a child, just looks at me. So I had to be like, swim. And then for jump, I had to be like, jump. And for eat, I had to be like, eat. And then they do what I do. And then the next slide is the review. And this is supposed to be what they learned last week, so, or the last time you saw them. And all these are prepared for you. So if and when you decide to work for them and you get the job, you don't have to prepare any of your own lessons or nothing like that. These slides are already there for you, and you just follow along with the slides, and they have the words prompting you, telling you what you need to do. So at the bottom of this one, it says, teacher asks students to circle the arrow pointing towards a picture that starts with the letter. Reward students for the correct answer. Their reward is this. It says reward system, and it's a big smiley face. As you can see, I drew some teeth on there. The color I had was really dark, so you can't see the teeth at the top. But so when they do something right, you're like, oh, yay, I'm going to give you another tooth. And if they did something wrong and they're not following instructions, you could take away a tooth. Cece said she does monkeys, like she has a monkey and she adds bananas. So she has like this little sticky board where if they do something good, she adds a banana to it or whatever. So anything you want to do, you know, you could be creative and come up with your own type of thing. So the next slide is this one, like I said. So I had them do like A, say A, B, say B, ba, ba, B, I'm sorry. And, which one does bike sounds like A? Does bike sound like A? Or is alligator sound like A? And then they circle which one they think it is. And the same thing for banana and apple. And then we start with the actual lesson, which is on the letter T. Now, the criticism that I got, it was constructive, and I appreciated it, was that I didn't differentiate between a lowercase t and uppercase t. So if you decide to do an interview with them, just remember that when you have letters, let them know this is an uppercase and this is a lowercase. And it just says down here, teacher teaches the letter name and sound. So because it didn't say anything about capitalization, I didn't do it. And I did do this right here, which is the sign language for T. So I did that, and you just kind of go t, 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 and you have them repeat after you with the sound and the letter. And then it was tongue, and you have them like stick out your tongue and point to it and be like, oh, this is my tongue. And then you're supposed to, it says at the bottom, teacher teaches word by clapping out the syllables. So like tongue, and you're supposed to clap or whatever. Repeat with student. Teacher and student say the words loudly and softly. I actually forgot about that part, and I didn't do that part. Teacher asks, what is it? And students answer in a full sentence, it is a, and then they're supposed to say tongue or whatever. And it says encourage students to speak in full sentences. I kind of forgot and kept remembering, so I just throw it in there. It might not have said it on the slide to have them do a full sentence like this one for the tiger. I forgot with tongue, so for tiger, I was like, it is a tiger, and I had them repeat after me. It is an animal. I had them do the sentences for that because I forgot for tongue, and I still got the job. So even if you happen to mess up or you forget something, don't worry. That doesn't mean you're not going to get it. I actually have my shirt on inside out. You might can't see the words right here for the tag, the American Eagle, but so my friend told me, Cece, she was like, you're supposed to wear a bright colored shirt or orange shirt or something like that. Now, supposedly they changed the rules and you no longer need a orange shirt, but I just decided to wear the closest one I had to orange that I could find just because, you know, I wanted to get the job, just in case, you know, whatever made me look better. So this one was tiger, and at the bottom it says, teacher teaches word by clapping out syllables, repeat with student. Teacher and student says the word loudly and softly, so you clap it out like tiger, and you're supposed to clap or whatever. And then you ask the student, what is it? And the student's supposed to say, it is a tiger. And then you're supposed to have activity time. So I was like, activity time, yay, or whatever. And the activity was point and read. So it was like an E, and you make the sound and T, you make the sound T, then you put it together, it's. And so you have them repeat after you, and they say the letters, and you ask them, like for T, since we learned that one, I stuck with it, do you remember what this one is? And then the P, and then the it, again, I asked them if they remembered, and then you say it with them, and then put it together, it's pet. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. And this is the last one where it has a tongue. I totally messed this one up. I improvised like a mug because I forgot what it said at the bottom. And it says, teacher asks students to circle the letter that is the same as the beginning letter of the pictured image. And instead I was like, do we remember what this is for the tongue or whatever? And I was like, okay, which one is a T? And then I was like, which one is a P? And then I had them do T and P. And then I went back and I was like, so, no, then I moved to tiger. I forgot about it. So then I moved to tiger. And I was like, this is a tiger, right? Do you remember what this is? They were like, no. I was like, tiger. And then I was like, okay, repeat after me. It is a tiger. So I had them do the sentence again. And then I was like, so which one does tiger start with? Is it an I or a T? And then they said T. And I went back to tongue. And I was like, okay, so which one does tongue start with? Because I forgot. But I still ended up getting a job. And they decide based on your qualifications and how you do on an interview what you're going to get paid. They pay anywhere from like $12 to $20 an hour. I got 16. And that's not including, they give you $2 extra. So you get a base pay, then you get extra money pay. So you get an extra $1 for showing up to class on time and finishing class on time. And the classes are 25 minutes. So it's really like $8 for every class. So that's only 50 minutes. So $8. So that's $16 every 15 minutes, basically. Then you get another $1 for, what? doing 45 classes a month. So basically I could be making at the minimum $16 an hour, and then with the 2 bonuses, that's $18 an hour, which is really great, especially since it's online. Like, if this goes well and I can get a lot of classes, then that means that we can move anywhere we want to move. As long as I have Wi-Fi, then I can do my classes and I can get paid. I don't have to stay in China, which I'm not saying that, I hate China or anything like that. Actually, China has really grown on me, but I really enjoyed South America. I really enjoyed Ecuador, and I really would like to get back there. But as I said in previous videos, the pay isn't that great. So being able to do a job like this online where I am making good money, I can go back to that place or someplace else, like in the Caribbean or something like that. China's cool, but I just would rather be someplace else, honestly. But I'm here now, and I'm going to keep being here until things change, because this is where the money is for people who don't have any teaching experience and is just breaking into this field. China's a good place to come to and be able to save quite a bit and still have a good time and travel. I've saved a lot, but I've also been to Vietnam. I've been to Thailand. We just came back from Taiwan last weekend. We're going to Macau next month. So we've been doing a lot. But no, let's get back to it. I'm sorry, you guys. I just went off on a whole little tangent. This is supposed to be about VIPkid. And I would say to definitely do it. It is hard. Some people don't pass the interview the first time. And when my friend Cece put me up on game, if you don't pass the interview the first time, you can just change your email address and apply again and do it all over again. I personally know someone that didn't pass the interview the first time and they haven't reapplied, but I've told them to reapply or whatever. And I was kind of hesitant. I applied for VIPkid maybe like over 2 months ago. Like, I've been applied for VIPkid, but I just never went with the interview. Like, after I watched that demo that they send you, the demo video, it was so exhausting just watching it. I can imagine myself like, yay! And I'm not really a peppy... I've never seen myself as a really peppy, extroverted person in that type of way, like so cheerful the whole time. So when I watched the video, I was like, I don't know if I want to do a demo lesson. I don't know if I want to go through all that. Like, I'm fine with my job. I'm making enough money. I'm able to save, whatever. But as it's been closer and closer for it to be time for me to go home, because it is now, March? And before I know it, it'll be June, and my contract is over June 30th, and I'll be going home for the summer until like September, till I come back to China or wherever I'll end up. And I'm just like, okay, I don't want to have saved all this money to end up having to spend some of it to, have to go home or whatever and not having a job and still having expenses. And I want to rent a car, and, so it's a great way to supplement its income, which I knew 2 months ago, but I just been kind of putting it off. And then when I personally knew someone who didn't get the job and I felt like they were more peppy than I was just like, I definitely ain't getting a job. But what I did was I just watched that demo video today like 7 times, and then I just did exactly what they did, and I got the job. It's not that hard. So I'm like, I'm not the most peppiest, outgoing person that you would meet, but I was able to do it. So don't get discouraged. Just try. And even if you fail, you can just change your email address and try again. But this is Unique with UniqueTravels.tv, and I just want to talk a little bit about the interview process. So I got the job. I got an email, and now the email says that I have to watch a bunch of videos. Like, how long? 306 minutes